Welcome to Gemini School of Astrology's Advanced Parashara and Nadi Astrology class. In the previous video, we have discussed about the Bhava combination and prediction for the first 7 Bhavas. In this video, we will discuss about the predictions for the remaining Bhavas. In the previous video, I hope you understood how to use a Bhava. We should consider the Bhava for which we are predicting as the centric Bhava. The first planet in the combination of the Bhava is called the main planet, and we should consider the percentage of the Bhava. The planet next to the main planet is the subplanet. The subplanet is of two types. One is stable and the other is the unstable planet. Either it is standard or non-standard, or stable or unstable. The subplanet that have more than 30% are called stable planets. The subplanets that are having percentage below 30 are called the unstable planets. The stable planets will give benefits throughout the life based on the percentage of the planet. But the unstable planets will only give benefits during the Dasha Bhukti period of the planet, or the transit time in which the unstable planet enters the particular bhava. The planets that are less than 10 percentage will not have any effect over that bhava, do any benefit to that bhava, or harm that bhava. They will that these planets that are below 10% will only benefit the next bhava, the bhava that is next to the centric bhava. So the main planet will do the whole benefit to the bhava, but we need to differentiate whether it is in conjunction with that bhava or has the aspect over that bhava. If the main planet is aspecting the bhava, then we should consider the subplanet that is in conjunction with the bhava as the main planet also. So we saw in the third bhava, the in the third bhava, we saw for the third bhava, Mars is aspecting the third bhava with its eighth aspect. So here the special aspect is aspected on the third bhava by Mars, and it is 88% closer. The Saturn is in conjunction to that bhava by 81%. For example, we can consider that Saturn is only 50% in conjunction with that bhava. Even though the Saturn is only 50% close to that bhava, we should consider it as the main planet only, because the main planet here is Mars and it is aspecting and not in conjunction with the bhava. We should consider the next planet in the conjunction as the main planet. Even though it is less than 30%, we should consider it as the main planet. So here the third bhava has the combination of Mars and Saturn. Here the Mars is 88% and Saturn is 81%. Here the Mars is the main planet and Saturn should also be considered as the main planet, since Mars is aspecting it as the eighth aspect. So it is in the eighth house and it is aspecting the third house as the eighth aspect. So both the planets will have the control over the bhava. Mars will have dominance of the characters, and the result will be decided by the Saturn. This is one of the key point while predicting the horoscope. So we have the predictions on the first 7 bhavas already. Some of you would have some doubts. What if there is only one planet in the combination of the Bhava and it is also less than 30%? What should we do now? Whether we should ignore it or we should consider it. We can consider the seventh Bhava. Here, it has only the Saturn in the combination and it is 81 percentage. So, we will consider it as the main planet. And what if the Saturn is only 30% or 25%? So, here also we should consider Saturn as the main planet only unless it is less than 10%. If it is less than 10%, we should consider the Saturn for the next bhava only, and it gives the benefits to the next bhava only. Hope you understood this. Now we can continue with the eighth bhava predictions. Usually, what do we see in the eighth bhava? We see the opposite person's money, native's longevity, failures, disappointments, pain, suffering, and agony. The eighth bhava is malefic for both the materialistic and life-related matters. Here, the eighth bhava has the combination of Jupiter, Mars, Rahu, Moon, and Sun. The Jupiter is aspecting the eighth bhava. The Mars is in the eighth bhava. Rahu is in conjunction. Moon is also in the eighth bhava, and Sun is in conjunction with the eighth bhava. But here the sun is in very low percentage, so it will not work for the eighth bhava. It will only work for the ninth bhava. So for the eighth bhava, we can ignore the sun. So the Jupiter is 96%, the Mars is 88%, the Rahu is 50%, and Moon is 34%. For the eighth bhava, Jupiter will become the main planet and Mars, Rahu and Moon will become the subplanet. The eighth bhava will be controlled by Jupiter throughout the life of the native for the longevity. Since the Jupiter is the main planet, then it will be good for the longevity and he is safe. If the Dasha Bhukti or of the Mars, Rahu, Moon happens, then the corresponding planet will act as the main planet and control the bhava. During the Dashabhukti period, the subplanet will become the main planet. The main planet will always be the main planet for the bhava. So now let us see the ninth bhava. Here the ninth bhava has the combination of Sun, Mercury, Saturn and Venus. The Sun is at 98%, Mercury is 93%, and Saturn is 81%, and Venus is 29%. The ninth bhava represents the teacher, father, foreign travel, long travel, previous life. So, Sun is the main planet for the ninth bhava. So, the native's father will be a famous person, will be honest. He might also have the political touch. He will be a Shiva's devotee. Then the native will travel to a foreign country by sponsor of the company he works. Here, the degree of the Mercury is within the 5 degrees of the Sun. So both Sun and Mercury will act as the main planet. So his father will be clever and knowledgeable person. He might get a good teacher. I mean, the native might get a good teacher. The native had Mars Dasha during the birth and it was remaining for 3 years 7 months. The Saturn, even though it is a subplanet, it will become the main planet during the Dasha Bhukti of the Saturn. The Saturn Dasha started at the age of 39 to 58 for this native. and it is a bad period for the elders in the house like father, grandfathers, and others like father's siblings. So during the dasha of the Saturn, the native lost his fathers and other elders in the family during the same time. He has to leave his job and return to the hometown. Here, the Venus is only 29%, and so we cannot exaggerate the benefits of the Venus since it is a non-standard planet. So his father was slightly physically challenged. He had to lean on one side while walking till the end of his life. This is because the significance of Saturn is seen in his father throughout the life. If Venus has been a standard planet for this native, then he will not have that abnormality. So the Saturn has done its work as a standard planet by giving his father a abnormality in the body. And also during the Dasha Bhukti, he lost his elders. So the standard planet will work both the way, and non-standard planets will work only during the Dasha Bhukti only. We asked him the question regarding the travel to the foreign country, whether the trips he went every time, did it went as planned or not? He said no and said, I always book two tickets and I have never traveled on the first ticket, and whenever I travel face some difficulties. This is because of the effect of Saturn in the combination of the ninth Bhava. Since it is the Bhava for the long distance travel. So this is clear that how each planet influences the Bhava at the particular period of time. Now, let us see the 10th Bhava. This is the important topic because it is the source for the person to live. This is equally important as the first Bhava. There is a saying that first Bhava is the vehicle and the 10th Bhava is the driver. The vehicle and the driver should be good to reach the destination safe and sound. If any one is not good, then it will be hard to reach the destination. So, the first and the 10th bhava are the most important bhava for the person. This person has Jupiter conjunction in the 10th bhava at 96%. The next is the Ketu in conjunction with the 10th bhava at 50%. So here the Jupiter will be the main planet and Ketu will be the standard planet. So here he goes to work in abroad, that is in Dubai. He joined as a regular employee and grows as the most trusted and loyal employee and reaches the higher designations and becomes an important person in the organization. Till the date, he has a good relationship with the owner of that organization, and both of them visits each other regularly. This is because of the Jupiter. Whenever the Jupiter is in a good condition, it will give fortunes to the person. It's also it also develops the asset that he borrowed, the money earned in the foreign country. For the same person, if Jupiter is 30% only, we cannot say that he would have got this much fortune in his life. And Ketu is the only reason he went to the foreign country, else he would have been in the hometown itself. After leaving the work abroad, he came back and started a real estate business, and it gave him good profit. Whenever he had Ketu Bhukti happening, he experienced a block of money or block of flow of money during that period. Now he started two garment factories after a good profit in the real estate. After that, he always experienced the struggle financially. Since the Jupiter is operating the 10th bhava, but the Jupiter is with the Ketu. Since Ketu is in low percentage than the Jupiter, he had the struggle, but he was able to overcome it. Since Ketu is a standard planet, it was not a problem till he was abroad and doing the real estate business, that is buying and selling. Ketu will support the selling or destroying or leaving their hands eventually. When he starts a fixed factory, it gave him the problem. Whenever Ketu Dasha Bhukti happened, the native was very much affected by Ketu. But the Jupiter will help him to balance and overcome. Now, let us see the 11th house. The 11th house has the combination of Sun, Mercury, Mars, Saturn, and Venus. The Sun has the 98%, the Mercury has 93%, and Mars has 88%. The Saturn has 81% and Venus has 29%. The 11th bhava will indicate elder brother, profit through profession or business, the happiness of the native, savings, habits, and combined efforts. Here, the Sun and Mercury both will act as the main planet and benefited him very much. But the Mars and Saturn are the standard planets that gave him some obstacles. Next, we will see the 12th house. The 12th house has the combination of Mars, Saturn, Rahu, and Moon. The Mars has 88%, the Saturn has 81%, the Rahu has 50%, and the Moon has 34%. Here, the Mars will be the main planet and Saturn will be the subplanet because the Saturn is aspecting the 12th bhava and will not in conjunction with the 12th bhava. Because the Mars and Saturn, he was not he was not able to settle down abroad. But because of Rahu, he is still traveling abroad for trips. So we have seen the predictions for all the 12 bhavas based on the planet in that bhava and its combination of the bhava. We will see the things that we discussed in the horoscope as a rule so that it will be easy for you to understand. Now, the bhava combination rules. The first thing is the centric bhava. The bhava for which we are predicting is called the centric bhava, or the bhava which represents the question is called the centric bhava. This is similar to the centric planet that we have seen in the Nordic astrology. The next is the main planet. The main any for any bhava, the planet that comes first in the combination is called the main planet. If there is multiple planets in the combination, then the closest planet for that bhava will be the main planet. If there are two planets that are close to the bhava, then the percentage difference between them is less, then both the planets will be considered as the main planet for the bhava. So next is the subplanet. So the subplanet, the planets that are other than the main planets in the combination of that particular bhava are called the subplanets. These subplanets are divided into two types. One is the standard or stable planet, and the other is the non-standard or the unstable planet. Here, the planet which has the percentage over 30 are called the stable planets, and the planets which have percentage below 30 is called the unstable planets. You may have a doubt, what if there is no planet in the particular Bhava and there is no planet in the combination for a particular Bhava? Then what to do? So here, for example, we can consider the seventh Bhava. The seventh Bhava doesn't have any combinations for it. There is no planet in conjunction. There is no planet aspecting that Bhava. So in that case, the Lord of the seventh house will control the seventh Bhava. So here what happens is, if there is no planet in combination, the seventh Bhava Lord will be the controller of that house and will act as the main planet for that house. It will decide the benefits of that house for the particular bhava. We should not think that this bhava, whichever bhava that does not have any planet in combination, will not work or not be beneficial to that person. If there is no planet in the combination of the bhava for the bhava, in many horoscopes we have seen this happening. So if there is no planet in the Bhava combination of the Bhava, then the Bhava Lord will operate or control the Bhava as the main planet. So we can study the main planet and its rules in detail. So here, the closest planet that is in combination with the Bhava is called the main planet. And there is no specific value for the percentage of the main planet. Even the first planet has a combination in the combination is only 10% close to the Bhava. Then it will also act as the main planet for that Bhava. So irrespective of the percentage, whichever planet that comes as the first in the combination, we should consider that planet as the main planet. For example, if a bhava has only one planet in the combination and it is only 10%, then this planet will be the main planet for the bhava. For example, we can consider the Lagna is in 1 degree and the Jupiter is in 27 degree in the same sign. The percentage of Jupiter is approximately 12 percentage. Even though it is 12 percentage, it will be the main planet for the Bhava and control the Bhava as a stable and main planet. The only difference you should understand is that the difference between the benefits of the planet in 3 degree and 27 degree for the same Lagna, because the percentage decides the amount of benefit that the person is going to enjoy in this life. If it is 12%, he might earn, but it will not be big. If it is 90%, he might be earning, but it will be great amount. So that is the only reason why a person with the same combination is the prime minister and one is the head of the village, or one is earning in billions, the other is earning in the millions. And the difference will be decided based on the percentage of that planet. So the conclusion is that main planet will always be the standard planet and gives its benefits to the Bhava irrespective of the percentage. The planets other than the main planets are called the subplanets. The subplanet is divided into two types. One is stable and the other is the unstable planet. The unstable planet are the subplanets that are less than 30%. This is only applicable if there are two planets in the combination. For example, if there is Jupiter and Venus in the combination of a bhava, and if The Jupiter is 65% and closer to the Bhava, and Venus is 25% closer to the Bhava. Then the Jupiter will act as the main planet and as the stable planet, but Venus will act as the subplanet and unstable planet. The unstable planet will be able to take control of the Bhava, will will not be able to take control of the Bhava because the Jupiter is closer to that Bhava and controls that Bhava. So the Venus will be an unstable planet and will give its benefit to the Bhava only during the Dasha Bhukti of the planet. But the amount of benefit it will only be based on the percentage of the planet. Next is the subplanet. Next, if the subplanet is 5%, only 5% closer in that Bhava, then the planet will become useless planet and will only benefit the next Bhava. Next is the important rule and new rule that has not been discussed till now. If a planet is in retrograde and it is in any position in that bhava, then it will become the main planet to that bhava. So, even though the other planet is very close to the bhava, the retrograde planet also becomes the main planet for that bhava. Even though if the retrograde planet is the main planet or unstable planet or stable planet or subplanet, it will become the main planet for that bhava. For example, we can consider Jupiter is 95% close to the bhava and Mars is retrograde and it is 25% close to the bhava. So now Jupiter will be the main planet and Mars will also become the main planet for that bhava. But the order will be the Jupiter first and then the Mars will control as the second main planet of that bhava. In the same case, if the Jupiter is also in retrograde, then the Jupiter will become the main planet even if it is 40 or 50 percentage closer to that bhava. So when more than one planet is in retrograde, then the Ju then the both the planets will act as the main planet for that bhava. And during the Dasha Bhukti, the retrograde planets will act as the perfect main planet for that bhava. If we implement this concept, you will see miracles happening in the predictions. When we have seen the centric bhava, main planet, subplanet, stable and unstable planet, retrograde planet, bhava with no planet in the combinations. You have learned many concepts in this lesson. Now let us see what if Rahu and Ketu are in combination of a bhava. So now let us see, for example, we can consider that the bhava has the combination of Jupiter, Saturn, Mars, and either Rahu or Ketu in the combination. If Jupiter, Saturn, Mars are in conjunction with the bhava from 159, then Rahu or Ketu will become the main planet and take control of the bhava. Then the bhava will be relieved only of only by any planet that is aspecting the bhava from the seventh house, or any planet has its special aspect on the bhava, else it will be taken control by the Rahu or Ketu whichever is in the combination for the bhava. For example, if the first bhava has the combination of Jupiter, Saturn, and Ketu, then the first bhava will be taken over by the Ketu over the Jupiter and Saturn, and it will tie down the hands of Jupiter and Saturn from benefiting the person. So totally, Ketu will spoil the bhava. In the next example, we can see the 10th bhava. The 10th bhava has the combination of Jupiter, Sun, and Rahu. Then the Sun will the Rahu will grow this bhava in the economic aspect. It will strengthen the bhava by strengthening the Jupiter and Sun, because the retrograde action of Rahu and Ketu, irrespective of its percentage, it will come forward and take control of the bhava. If there is only Rahu in that bhava, the combination, then it will do the benefits based on its percentage only. But if there is any other planets before Rahu, it will boost that planet and also develop that planet and the bhava also for that bhava. So we have seen all the important concepts and rules for the bhava predictions based on the combination. The strength and weaknesses of the bhava is based on the planets in the combination of the bhava. So in the upcoming classes, we will study about the Bhavadipati and its predictions. That is the Lord of that Bhava and its predictions. After this, it will be easy for you to understand the individual topics like education, marriage, profession, etc. If you have any questions or concerns or doubts about the lessons, let us know in the WhatsApp group or in the Zoom meeting. We will clarify your doubts so as soon as possible. So, thank you. We will see you in the next video.